All right. Hey. Somebody give me a sound check. First of all, let me know if you hear me okay. And then we're going to share the screen, screen 4, share. And then we're going to do share sound. Yeah, I'm going to get to that, Jonathan. I need right now, I just need everybody to tell me you hear me, you see the screen. Okay? One at a time. Let's just do this because I want to make sure that everybody's in Zoom. Okay? So, yes. I want to see some yeses in Slack. You guys hear me? Okay. All right. Let's make sure everybody's everybody's in Zoom. Everybody's seeing the screen, right? Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you everything that this thing is doing. Now, hopefully, before I'm gonna tell you everything it's doing, let's make sure. Let's just wait a few seconds. Let's see if we get an audible on one of these things, and I want to make sure you guys are hearing the audible because I need you to understand the experience that I just created so that it makes sense to everybody. Okay. Somebody's got their mic open. Who's got their mic open? Let me see who's got their mic open. Participants. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So we're not getting any audibles right now because I don't have any screens. But hopefully you guys will be able to. We'll get an audible or two. But okay, let's just understand what the new structure is. First of all, I'm going to tell you that I did not make any templates for 5 because most everybody's on 4. It took an enormous amount of time to get the 4 templates done. I'm going to show you how to do this, and you're going to be, if you want the 5s, you guys are going to do this yourself. It's super easy, but I'm not, but I can't configure the 5s right now, and I won't be able to do it for another week or so. So if you want to run this on 5, you can do what I did, which is create your own templates for 5. I probably can give you NASDAQ 5 right now. Actually, the more I think about it, I do have a NASDAQ 5. So I can give you that. Let me just do that actually. Hang on a second. I'm putting in the NASDAQ 5 template, Control C, into box. So in our toolbox, Aero Trader Plus. So Aero Trader is the old one. I preserved it for you in case you wanted to have a copy. Either one. Aero Trader Plus is the new version, the new additional version that does all these things, right? This is templates MT4. I'm going to create templates MT5. Create. And let's see if I can put this in here. No, hang on. Damn it. Where is this thing? Somebody's got their mic open. Can you please mute yourself? Or how do I mute everybody? Profiles, templates. Okay. So this is just for MT5ers, for those of you guys who want to trade NAS. Okay, so the actual indicator, 5 and 4, it's obvious EXE is 5, EXE is 4, right? The templates and the sound files go for, it doesn't matter whether you're in 5 or 4, all these sound files are for you. And there are sound files for Canada, for German, for Euro, for Pound, for NASDAQ, and for Dow, right? All these files, just drop them in. Let me show you how we're going to drop them in. So remember what I told you, you want to go to drop the sound files. It's not the same thing as doing NASDAQ. All you're going to do is you're going to go into your Windows. If you're an MT4, you're going to go into 86. If you're an MT5, you're going to go in Program Files. So again, this is all for MT4 because that's the dominant platform everybody's using. You go into Program Files. You download all those sound files. You go into whoever your broker. So 8cap over here, obviously. If you have a different broker, you go into a different broker.
German buy reversal trend is weak sell.
Okay, did anybody hear that? Somebody tell me you heard that. Okay, great. So you heard, so it says German buy reversal, trend is weak sell, right? Tells you right away. So now you go into sounds and you drop all those sound files in here. Once you drop the sound files, all you have to do is just attach the template. The template itself knows everything, everything you need to do in terms of putting it on, and it will automatically, put everything in there. So, matter of fact, let me just make sure one thing. So the cool thing about the new Aero Plus version is you don't even have to draw the moving averages. Okay, who's got here? I got participants. Where are my participants? I gotta mute everybody. Mute.
Euro continuation buy signal trend is weak buy.
Okay, Euro continuation buy signal. Oh, this is the one thing. Sorry, clearly I screwed up. There are a couple of audibles here that are wrong. So trend is weak buy. That's correct, but this is a continuation sell signal, not a continuation buy signal. So let me actually. There's going to be some errors here, and I'm gonna fix them because there was so many permutations that I had to do. So Euro continuation. Oh, I know what it is. I see what I just did. Okay, yes. Sorry. Euro continuation. So just so you guys should know. The nomenclature. It's very, very obvious. Everything is abbreviated. So the instrument is the first three letters, Euro. Then it's either continuation, buy, continuation, sell, CBC, sell. And then strong trend, weak trend, right? So if there is something out of whack, all you got to do is just follow that format. The files themselves are already sitting properly recorded. Just what the mistakes could be is that the template unmaps this improperly, right? It's just naming the wrong file. I had a continuation buy file as a map here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this now. I'm going to save this now. Say close. Say save template as Euro moving. Say yes, and then I'm going to drop it into the open data folder, templates. I'm going to drop it right now into the Euro. Just one sec. Templates. It's going to be off. You're not going to see it. It's going to be off screen, but it's just going to drop. Okay, so the Euro has been corrected. Now you have the right Euro template. But but you guys get the idea, right? The idea is that it tells you both the direction of the arrow and the type of trend. It just gives you a little bit more information, and then then you can just take a look at the situation with more contextual stuff. Pretty cool, right? So I recorded. I mean, the thing is, you guys can do this yourself, also, in a sense that I recorded the audibles for just for 6 instruments, for 3 currencies and three indices. You can record your own audibles and then convert them to WAV files on those either for free or on a very, very as a matter of fact, the easiest thing to do is if you guys kind of give me requests over the next month, because I bought like a license to do this in bulk, so I can record all of this in bulk. Whatever the next instrument that's popular that you guys want to add, we'll add them. We'll probably have in total maybe 10 audible instruments. It gets too much. I mean, like I don't recommend you even having 6 right now that we have for live trading is quite a lot. Yeah, I figured gold is probably what everybody wants to do next. So we'll probably do gold next as a trade. If there's any other currency pair that everybody wants to do, yeah. So I think I'll probably do gold, and I'll add gold and a gold template. But the format is going to be very consistent. We're basically going to stay in this. Let me pull this up here. The format is just going to say, every template is going to have an MA plus. So in gold will be just gold, or maybe GLD. Maybe I'll stay consistent to the format, which is first 3 call letters of the instrument, GLD, moving average plus. And the moving average plus stands for the fact that it obviously is telling you it's interpretive of the trend, right?
German buy reversal trend is weak sell.
See? German buy reversal trend is weak sell, right? So this is a weak sell, but it's already like a 3rd or 4th buy reversal. So if this fails, that's it. Like remember we said we just pass up on the first signal, but we'll take the 2nd or the 3rd signal. So we'll play this one to the downside. And we'll set up a sell here. I hate the German, but so the cool thing is, I think the very, very last piece of the puzzle for us on a day trading tool basis is we're going to incorporate this indicator with this applet, so that when I hit the sell button, it's automatically going to populate the low of this candle, and it's automatically going to press the line for me, set everything up. So instead of doing a 3-step process, it'll be a 1-step process. And then of course, if I want to come in market, you'll still be able to trade market. I'm actually trying to figure out. I wonder if we can work on the UI somehow. Actually, while I have you guys, before the market opens, I'm actually curious. Do you think it's better to have the countdown clock on the bottom or on the top? Like instrument countdown clock to the arrow. What do you guys prefer? Let me know. What do you guys think? Jonathan says bottom. Cheryl doesn't care. Carol, what do you guys think? Nobody cares. Does anybody ever look at the countdown clock? So the bottom is fine for you. You don't care about doing it at the top, right? Okay. So the other question I have is like, how to. It's not obvious to anyone who doesn't know that this is market entry, and that these are candle close and candle close setups. So I'm trying to figure out how we can fix that. I'm gonna ask Dougie, see if we can. So just a few minor UI issues, but other than that, we're pretty much done. But the point is that's going to be the very, very cool thing where, like right now, if I press, just for example, let's say if I wanted to press a buy on this thing, right? It would put a buy. Well, right now, if I put a buy, it would have to put a buy right over here because no, actually no. No. The way we're going to have it, I'm actually now I just realized something very interesting because in our discussion with how we're going to do this is you get the arrow, you can press the buy, and it would go, and it would go ahead. It would go, up, you would be above the price, right? But what if the price is already traded through?
Nasdaq reversal by signal trend is weak sell.
Something was so. See, the problem is when I have so many instruments, sometimes I get a couple of audibles. What was the? Canada. Canada is a weak sell with a buy, right? So we're not going to trade this through reverse side because I promised that we're not going to do reverse trades. So we're going to watch Canada because the next Canada signal, if we're still in the sell mode, will be a sell signal for us. Nasdaq went positive bid right now on a weak trend basis. Oh, hey Karen, that's a good point. Karen is saying that if we left this on top, it would show the thing if it was minimized. That's actually a really good point. So I think I really did want to put it on top. So maybe I'm going to put this on top for Dougie. And I think what we're going to do is if you hit a buy, like let's say, okay, I'm going to, in our strategy, here's the candle. I'm going to hit the buy. It's supposed to set up a stop entry on close above the high. But if I hit a buy now, the price is way above the stop entry. So what's going to happen is it's just going to do a pop-up and say, or maybe they won't even do a pop-up. Maybe we'll do like a line underneath here, like a warning line that will say you're trying to set up a trade way above the market, trade is rejected because price is already away from where you want to go, stuff like that. All right, so the German triggered us to the downside, right? And let's see if anything happens here. What do we got? Oh, we got like 3 minutes to the market open. Let's see if anything happens. So this is a late trade, right? I mean, it's an age trade. Generally, what we want to do as far as quality trades is pick the either the first or the second signal. If the first signal, if it's a strong trend, second signal, if it's a weak trend, that's confirmed. So this would have been the easy trade. Now we're obviously aged into this downtrend, and we're basically betting the
Nasdaq by continuation by signal trend is weak buy.
Oh my God, Nasdaq. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this is all on the future side. Wow, the futures are pumping, but there's no so this is opening futures trade. I am definitely not going to play this trade right now. That's interesting. So that was my futures audible. So one of the things I kind of want to see is if this
Nasdaq by continuation by signal trend is weak buy.
All right, I'm going to take my DAX at 3 here. and there's no the CFD is not showing me any signals, but since the CFD, I can play around with it. Let's put this up here to the high of this candle. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is play on the futures riff. So the futures gave us 2 audibles, and we're in a weak trend. So I'm waiting for the second signal. The second signal came in. The second signal gets broken to the upside. Then I have some confidence that this is a true trend upside. And as usual, they're playing games, and that's why we do what we do. We don't get trapped into trades, without good reason. So NAS is doing its thing, but it's very, very volatile. It can easily flip around both, up and down quite a lot. If it takes out the highs, we've seen this game a lot in the opening rounds of rotation, where if it does take out the highs, it generally has some continuity possibilities. So that's why I'm parked out at the highs. As I said, I don't have any reference points on the CFDs, but I'm using futures as my reference points. That being said, right now the trend is starting to turn negative, so we don't even have we won't necessarily even have a trade here. But as usual with NAS, if you wait a second, it's like Florida weather; it will change. So my point is, it looks like they tested the bottom. That they kind of taking it up. Let's see if there's any kind of momentum to the upside. 1290. It seems like a big move. Okay, so they are taking it higher. Let's see if they can hold it higher. If they can hold it higher, then we have confidence that there's continuity in the trade. And we got like lots of time. Wow. Look at this. Look at that move. You know what I forgot? It's one of those things that I actually forgot that I've been thinking about this. This again, not our classic trade. And as a matter of fact, our trade may hurt us in this situation, but let's see if it does.
Continuation trend is buy.
No, we didn't get in because the volatility filter kept us. Okay, it's fine. All right, it was a good idea. My idea was we get the fake move, and then you do a buy stop, like a pending order. And this is the few times where I would do a pending order on the entry to the trade, because that's obviously going to work on these big running moves. All right. Anyway, so we did get the arrow here on the CFDs. Really don't want to be chasing it over here, so we're not gonna follow. But yeah, that was a clear reversal. We've seen that trade so many times in the opening minutes. It's worthwhile for us to put that in the arsenal on a pending basis. Not necessarily and the way we would do a pending trade. Actually, let me show you how to do a pending trade. So because it's been so long, everybody forgot. The pending trade is we would put a pending order on here. We'll put something like this. Oh, did I just put that? I guess it took me into the pending trade. It's not, this is not a trade that I want to do, but whatever. I'm just gonna play with it for a second. But no, I'm just gonna. Okay, this is garbage. I don't want to deal with this trade. Sort of like let me show you again. This is all just for examples. I want to show you pending sell. I think I hit the wrong button. Let's do 12910, right? And if I put the sell on here, so that puts a sell stop.
Reversal trend is buy.
Oh God. There was so much noise. I don't know what it was. Oh, German sell reversal. Okay, we're ignoring the German. Euro has nothing. Pound has a sell reversal. Pound sell reversal off of a weak uptrend. Not a trade for us just yet. We need a second signal. But in the meantime, here's the pending. Here's how you would lay down the pending. So the pending is, and you can move this, I guess, or I can just move it myself. I'm just wanted to show you, give you this is just an example. The idea is that the pending, the moment the price moves through.
Nasdaq sell reversal trend is weak sell.
Okay, so this would be a pen, like if it goes through the low of this candle, it would trigger a sell, like right now, right? Not a candle close, it triggers a sell right away. This is a pending trade, and obviously we don't do this because of all the retrace situations like you have right now. But in the first 2 minutes of NAS, where we take out the highs and the lows of the range, those are not bad trades to do. Like right now, this is all this is all for example. Do not follow me on this. This is not a trade. I'm just showing you how a pending gets triggered versus a candle close, and why sometimes using pending just on the opening minute ranges is an interesting idea, because here buying above this high just was a vortex of a move, right? Just a complete cleanup, right? So now, just for curiosity's sake, let's just watch this trade. I'm going to, on my my futures, this is third or fourth signal. So in a weak buy trend, so that's fine. If we're going to clear the high here, I want to be in this trade. So I have a pending a candle close order here, and I'm just still playing around with this thing just for fun, just to see if, where it goes. So we have 50 seconds, quite a lot. All right. It's a weak trend because the crossover happened at a low. Maybe is it? I don't even know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's not a weak trend. I haven't gone. I just want to watch this candle, and then I'll come back to you, Boris. Just one sec. I have to go back onto the chart and see if because I thought it was a lower high crossover, but maybe it's a higher high crossover. Maybe it's a strong trend. I don't remember what the audible said. Okay, well, so that got taken out. Obviously, that's fine. Let's see how this was. Yeah, it's a weaker trend because there was a crossover over here. So it's a lower crossover. That's why it's that. And it's as you can see, it's struggling with this thing. I really hate candles like this. So even if
Now buy reversal trend is strong sell.
okay, so Dow buy reversal trend is strong sell. Okay. Okay, so trend is strong sell. I want to set up a sell here. Sell. Ah, damn it. This is why it's so annoying on this tool. So we're going to sell this over here. Okay, so Dow buy reversal. There's a buy reversal signal in a strong sell. It's the first signal. We'll play this and see how it goes. And it's a good, good example yet again of why we trade candle close, because it ran up and couldn't hold the highs. Clearly, sellers are starting to come under a little bit of pressure, and it didn't trip us into a bad trade.
Nasdaq sell reversal trend is weak buy.
Okay, sell reversal in a weak buy trend. Okay, that's what it told us like 5, because I have 2 things working, so they're going to double audible each other. Demetrius, maybe I'm not trading levels. I'm just trading our setup right now, because we just trade the short-term stuff. But it could be, oh, so by the way, NAS is climbing back up, right? And actually, so I'm gonna have to go to this on manual. Okay, let's go manual. I'm going manual long on NAS because I was busy with Dow. Let's see if this trades out. This may be yet another one of the great Nasdaq fake out moves because of the volatility that it gives us. But let's see. Yeah, it's a big vol. Man, that was actually, I didn't realize that was a huge, that was like a 17-point candle. It's a big candle. So it's definitely going to have a lot of vol. It's just, it's probably going to stuff us. It's doing the usual, yep. It's going to stuff me today. Yep, this is the one trade didn't work. Okay.
Russell by continuation. Trend is weak buy.
No signals anywhere else. Nasdaq is really, they love to yank it up and down on the opening numbers. All right, we'll see if we get more setups today. Dow did not continue to the downside. It's going to start turning positive. So we're going to watch this carefully here. So one of the things, by the way, that I do is if the trend turns positive, I cancel the sell, because if you're going to stay with trend, then it doesn't matter if it comes back down. It negated that trend already. So has to confirm. German actually, surprisingly enough, had a lot more continuity than I thought it would. And NAS, after doing a few more bounces back up, looks like it's ready to break down again. Boris, you can do lots of different voices.
Euro reversal by signal. Pound reversal by signal. Trend is strong sell.
Pound reversal, buy signal, trend is strong sell, right? So we're in a strong sell, which means that as long as it stays in sell, we have a sell trade, right? So if we stay to this idea, we're going to stay underneath here for a sell trade. But you know, the other thing I was going to tell you is it's just a computer. It's it's going to measure tiny little differences. The strong sell here is clearly very problematic because if it was over here, it flattened out. The trend is flattened out. It's still lower low, but it's flattened out completely. So it really would have to reverse and take out the lows here, which is exactly why we have the setup. So if it does, it might. So just to show you, like, here's I just want to do a couple more pendings. So if I do sell, while we don't have any signals here, let's see if I put a 10 over here. Sell limit. Oh, cancel. Oh, it's above the market because I put it above the market. So it knows to stay above, below. I'm trying to sell. What did I just do? Oh, pound. The pound triggered. Okay. So pound actually, remember I said to you, if pound comes down in a sell, that's a trade. So we'll let the pound float here and see, see how it does. Because, this is a sell zone. We broke the buy lows. We're kind of putzing around. Let's see if there's more pressure to the downside. Nasdaq holding bid here for a while. Okay, so still fooling around with this whole close thing. Let me see if I can do this. Is this right? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm underneath the market. I'm going to be, selling it underneath the market. So if the price comes down here, it will trip it just on a pending basis. It will trip the price and take me out. As a matter of fact, you know what? I got to cancel this because we actually have potentially a secondary setup. Right? We're going to try and go again because, oh, sorry, can't. What did I just do? Oh, it put me on a pending order. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Okay, that's funny. It put me. I forgot that I was in pending mode. But let's just play with this because it's sort of like it gives you the idea of what momentum based moves off of pending moves. So let's see if this works. Yeah, 4. I was going to take 4. Okay, so we took 4. I took 4 off of this in a complete nonsensical manner. But let's go back to pendle to close. Buy on this. Let's see if buy on this, and I want to be above this level. So it's got to close above this level, and then I have like a legitimate buy on this move. So I just wanted to show you the pending dynamics one more time. All right, let's see if this clears the buy and comes back in.
Pound euro reversal sell signal trend is strong buy.
Okay, Euro has a strong buy trend, puts a sell reversal over here. So we want to trade against that reference point to the upside. It's quite a piece away, so it's it's far away. So we're going to let that go. Pound is starting to move slowly, in and out towards our direction. Yeah. All right, I'm going to leave this alone.
Canada reversal buy signal trend is strong sell.
So see, trend is strong. So the advantage of this is that the audible tells you right away whether you should even consider it. So if it's it's a buy reversal and a strong sell, you're not looking to buy. You're just looking to see if you want to sell it to the downside. So I can set up a sell here on Canada at like 20. Against this reference point. And if it's there, it's there. If it isn't, it isn't. NASDAQ not coming up to our reference points. Dow on a runaway train up. Euro is declining. So that trend actually just changed. So trend just changed negative. So it means we can just close this, cancel this order, because we're not going to be doing any buying on a negative trend. It looks like pound finally starting to give me some love. Barely. Nah, still putzing around. It was close. What was the low here? 3. Yeah, it was just 3. Whatever. All right, we're gonna have to just let that float for a while. German also recovered.
NASDAQ sell reversal trend is weak buy.
That's a futures signal, really? NASDAQ sell reversal. I don't see any NASDAQ sell reversal. Oh, maybe it would have been a signal and it kind of died in the last second. Sometimes it flashes that to for you. I'm gonna kill this pound. I'm out of pound at 2 because I have zero patience to hold on to it. Should have been done like 2 or 3 candles ago. I'm not holding on to it. All right, Euro turned negative. There's nothing going on over here. NAS is doing nothing. Yeah, it's something. Cheryl, sometimes what happens is remember how the arrow shows up on futures and then it disappears?
Pound reversal buy signal trend is strong sell.
Okay, so just now it's showing the pound reversal. So if I want to play this again and then go back for the for more punishment, I'm going to put the sell underneath here, like at 3. And bring it down here. And if it closes below there, then I'm gonna trade the continuity sell. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Very, very slow day today. Just nothing going on, right? Even the NAS is totally stalled out. And our opening rotations are just not doing anything. All right, NAS is trying to peak, trying to hold that bid, but still having a hard time clearing through that level. So there's a lot of, obviously the buyers try to run through this 12,925 level. A lot of rejection over here. As I noted in my research, the 13,000 has been a really, really strong rejection level. Fundamentally, there's little.
NASDAQ continuation trend by.
I don't know. There was like five audibles, so I didn't hear them. So the cable tripped to the downside, right? So now we're staying with cable because cable again tripped to the downside. We'll see if there's more continuity on the trend here. Okay, nothing going on over here. Euro tripped down too. NASDAQ tripped lower. So this is not a trade that that is part of any arsenal that we have. How come this is not working? Okay, cancel. I want to cancel this. Now went negative trend. So here's what I like to do. I'm going to sell. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to sell the low. If this close, this is what I like to do this trade. Excuse me. Sometimes when I'm having to, looks like cable, I'm going to take 3 on cable just as part of our +5. I basically cobbled 5 together out of 2 trades. This is not a. Oh, guys, sorry, just 1 sec. Oh, allergies. Okay, this is not a trade that's part of our typical trade, but I like doing this trade because it's within our principles and it works really, really well sometimes, which is when we get the trend reversal, right? So trend goes down, right? And this is the very, very important part about
NASDAQ trend weak sell
is that it needs to close below the lowest point it made after on the first candle of the trade. The idea here is if they're going to take prices on a closing basis below the low, there's a strong possibility of continuity. So I'm just playing this whole, this basically the same continuity strategy that we do all the time here. But the very, very critical component is it's got to be on a candle close basis, not on a testing basis, because they'll test these lows all the time. When it's more meaningful is when they run through the lows. We'll actually do this on futures too. Let's see if I can do this.
German buy reversal trend is strong sell.
See, like when it's a single thing, it's very, very clear, and you can hear it. You can go look. So this is a buy reversal strong sell. First buy reversal in a strong sell, so we can put a sell underneath here and leave it. And if it if it clears the buy, then great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. NASDAQ is just fooling around, not doing anything. Remember, I'm trying to trade this whole let's make fresh lows trade. Since nothing is going on, I think this might be fun. Yeah, so the point is, Boris is asking me, irrespective of the buy signal I make this buy signal is invalidated by the fact that the trend has
Russell
changed.
trend, weak sell.
This trend has changed already. So we don't, it's already completely discounted, right? Then the question is, basically the question is, have they started a new trend? Are they going to start selling? If they bring prices below the lows of this candle, probability is yes. If they haven't, which they haven't yet so far, the answer is no. So it's a battle. We're trying to see if it resolves. And if it resolves that way, if there's a big sell order that comes out, closes everything below the lows, we're going to try and follow that order to see it on the assumption there'll be more selling to be done. It's just a variant of what we do, but it's kind of an interesting variant. You can see that. You can see this whole. I mean, on the Nasdaq Open, it's obviously very, very crazy, and very, very volatile. But the same principle would work here. They open, fresh trend, right? This is the high of the trend. This candle closes the high of the trend. If you bought over here, you had some continuity, right? You had some continuity. So. The Canada sell signal totally went away. The cable would have actually worked much more. Did anybody trade cable, by the way? Did anybody hold cable for more than 3 points like I did and hold it for the full 5? Cable actually shows our setup perfectly. The continuity here, I took it in two pieces because I was bored, but it really, it didn't deviate at all from our strategy, which is that it was a strong sell. It broke the lows. It went up against us a little bit, and then it just continued to the downside. Karen, it's 10 on the pound and 10 on the euro. Yeah, euro had no signals for me, but the euro also obviously had a clean, clean downside. The same idea, by the way, the same idea on currencies. Currency is actually probably the better tool to use this on because they're so slow that you could do this with ample time. So here's the currency candle low of lows. This is the candle that closes below the lows. Selling here was a very, very easy trade to the downside, right? So with our structure. So here, NAS probing, but not closing through the lows. So it's kind of interesting. Let's see if it. There was, they tried to take it up. There was a lot of battle here on this move. Where's my futures? Just curious to see. Futures is actually creating a sell continuity signal. We'll see if it.
Nasdaq sell continuation trend is weak buy.
Okay, it was a lot of talk there. So it took out the lows here, right? And let's just see if it works. If we get some continuity to the sell side here. All right, I'm going to take my futures at +3, and I'm going to let the CFD kind of I'm just going to let the CFD play out. Let's just hold it out. See if it does anything. I'm going to take the CFD at +3 also because the spreads are pretty wide, but I think it's going to go to full 5 anyways. But the reason the way it should have worked is it should have gone full 5 right off this candle. The fact that we had a positive candle and the buyers try to prop it up just gives you a little bit less confidence. Although it looks like it's going to really push lower. So anybody in that NAS trade? Anybody taking? So this trade is actually going to be full 5 for all of you guys who are holding it. And then the German just went 5 for us too, which is good. I'm just closing the German without even looking, because I'm just trying to get back to even today because I took a 20. Now I'm like probably -5 for the day. It looks like I'm going to have my first negative day in like 20 days, but it is what it is. It was a completely, it was a legitimate trade and it just didn't go. It's fine. Yeah, and now everything goes lower. And like, you see, and sometimes what you see is that, as I said to you, is this is why this kind of a signal is a really, really interesting, like a leading indicator, right? When they can take out the lows, you have strong, since we're, our whole setup is based upon continuity moves. And now it's finally, like you get the feeling like news is negative today. We should have been low. Like this is all bullshit buying by dumbass retail at the beginning of the day. And what you see here is, we're 35 minutes into the session. They've sold everything they can to these guys. Now they're going to just rape them. They're going to just bring it all the way down, make everybody stop out over here before they even begin to consolidate. Because the news is really, really bad. And there was zero reason why the market should have been up. The only reason is because retail was not what do you call it? Was willing to buy. So they were more than happy to sell it to them. So, all right. Yeah, sorry. It's an old dealing, back from my dealing days terms. It's like another very famous statement is they're going to rip their face off, which is another very, very, very pleasant statement. You could tell it was not a politically correct environment when you're in a dealing room. I think Boris is horrified at how horrible the environment was in those places. Anyways, setups. I'm really, really glad, actually. Hang on, let me pull this up, guys. Hang on. I'm actually, hang on. I'm gonna bring up the Slack app. This Slack app is just taking forever. Sorry. Okay, here it is. Okay. Now it's got to update. Sorry, God, it's just taking forever on my Slack app. I wanted to just go through what everybody did today, because you guys did much better than I did, which is really good. So 10-10 for Karen. Connie caught the 7 on the DAX. Jonathan caught the 4 on the NAS. What else? Anybody else? Oh, Connie caught another 3 on cable, which is great. So I did today 5 on cable. I think I did 8 on DAX. So that's 13. Then I did 5 at the beginning on NAS. And then I may actually break even. I can't believe I may actually break even on the trade today. But I think I actually, well, if not, it was a very, very minor loss. I worked off that 20-point loss because I took 5 at the beginning. I took another 3, so that's 8. Then 5 on cable, so that's 13. And then actually 7 on DAX, which puts me at flat. Wow. All right, I managed to make it flat. Good job, Cheryl. 5 on NAS. Anybody else trade the? Post up your results. I want to see it. But the bigger thing is I just wanted you guys. Well, the problem is, Boris, I only took 1 trade in the I only took 1 trade in futures, I think, right? Did I take only 1 trade in futures? It was the only. Where's my futures account? Because I realized that I can't. when I'm live trading, and because we're trading all these instruments that I really can't trade, I can't trade currencies and futures at the same time. I'm really trying not to trade my account when I'm trading. Like, yeah, I only took one trade here. Sorry, and it was like very, very small. I didn't, but yeah, it was a good trade. It was the right trade. Yeah, I didn't have anything much. All my trades were beforehand, and there will be some afterwards. I mean, the point is, we're trying to trade multiple instruments, and that's impossible for me to do because I'm an American. So I realized that's why you see me taking a lot more CFD trades. I used to take most trades in the futures, but I realized it's futile because it doesn't. Anybody who's in futures can follow me, but nobody else who's on CFDs gets the benefits. So, during the other times they trade, well, that's a long-term project of mine. The idea is, opening up the account and kind of letting people follow me on the account. But there's just so much going on right now, and it's such a confusing thing, that it's like a law. Sometime down the road we might be able to do that. But for right now, I mean, the whole point is methodology. Once we can really clarify, get good at methodology. And you can see we're doing really well, because as long as we follow the methodology, even the variant of methodology, this is really the variant, which is that the whole point is we don't blink our eyes, we don't move until and unless the actual lows are on a closing base are taken out. That's why it's such a powerful entry strategy. The candle close strategy is the execution engine of this thing. That's what makes the strategy so good, right? And we don't move until we get a reference point. So we need a reference point, and we need a methodology. And here we had a reference point. German fell like a stone also. So everybody made good money as long as we stay to our two things, which is the execution and the reference point structures. We stay in good shape, And this one other thing, which is
Russell buy reversal trend is strong sell.
The reversal trend is strong sell, right? So again, we're not trading the reversal. We're going to try to trade the trend if we wanted to trade it, for the end of the day, to the downside. Cable was strong sell. We sold the reversal. All we want the three components here, which is always sell on the close, always execute on the close, always use reference points, and always try to trade in the direction of the trend, whether it be weak or strong, but we're going to try and trade in the direction of the trend. So those are like the three solid principles that we're walking away with from all the work. And you see that it's definitely working out for everybody who's in the room. So does that make sense to everybody? Everybody's good. Enjoy the new tool, guys. We will. What was I going to say? If you catch any errors, just let me know. But I think the audibles are all there, and we'll keep adding to the audibles. So gold will be the next audible that I'll make as we go along. But I hope you guys really enjoy it. And I'm glad we got a chance. Oh, I was going to say Monday is Martin Luther King Day. It's a holiday. America markets are closed. We're just going to do a video. No webinar on Monday, but Tuesday through Thursday, we're back to Zoom. I may even make it Tuesday through Friday because I really, guys, I love the Zoom, and I'm not loving the webinar. So everybody have a wonderful day, and enjoy the weekend. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care.